Today we're sitting in my 2015 Subaru WRX Limited, and we're going to be talking about the recent news about the Subaru lawsuit. I'm sure everyone's seen the title of the video and you're very interested in hearing about exactly what this lawsuit is about. And I didn't know about it, and I think a lot of people may not have known about it. It's been going on for a few months, and it sounds like Subaru has either settled or they are agreeing to settle, but it sounds like it's been resolved. There is a settlement on the table. Subaru seems to have agreed to it, and they're acknowledging the problem with the 2012 through 2017 WRXs and STIs. If you're interested in hearing exactly what's wrong with the 2012 through 2017 WRXs and STIs, exactly why the EJ25 is failing, or exactly what's going on, stick through the video. I'm going to kind of like walk through exactly what's happened, exactly why the lawsuit is come up to play, you know, what the stages of the lawsuit have been, how the class action has been built, and what the settlement kind of the resolve is going to be. And guys, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. I post lots of cool Subaru and WRX content, and that one subscription makes a huge difference in my channel and my ability to bring content to you guys. So if you want to see more cool WRX stuff, please consider subscribing. For about half a year now, maybe even longer, there's been talk about class action lawsuits with Subaru and the EJ series engine. A lot of people are frustrated that they fail so much. There's a lot of just frustration with the engine because there are so many instances where it needs to be rebuilt. Well, 3 different people have actually brought it to court, and they've tried to get together class action lawsuits. From my understanding, those lawsuits have been combined, or the final one has been like kind of the headliner, and it's really become a full class action lawsuit against Subaru. I really want to preface this video, and I want to say that I'm just reporting to you guys exactly what's out in the news, exactly what's happening, and I'm not trying to take a side, whether it's with Subaru or against Subaru. I'm trying to stay objective and just report what's going on. I think an important thing to do is to step back and look at the basis of the case. Basically, the claim is that debris is traveling in the oil, so that's little like metal shavings or carbon buildup or anything, but there's debris. That's what the legal statement, I can actually read it to you, I have it written down. The defect allowed contaminated oil to carry dangerous metal debris through the engine. That's the legal claim that the team pursuing the class action suit against Subaru stated as their kind of headline, what they were really going for, what they were going to try to build a case around, and, you know, lo and behold, it seems like it went somewhere. So another big part of that claim is that they have claimed that Subaru knew about this issue through 2012 through 2017, and that they knew that they were selling cars with this defect, and this defect was, you know, happening. They weren't recalling engines or vehicles. It's a pretty serious claim. They're claiming that Subaru was selling defective engines to people for 5 years. Those are problems that obviously you can see that engines have been like, you know, they've just been failing, and it's a pretty serious claim. And to see the final, you know, the fact that Subaru is settling, that's kind of interesting. I'm sure many of you guys are watching this video really concerned that your vehicle might fall into this case. Now, this is a class action lawsuit, so a lot of owners have come together and, you know, testified and, you know, given their testimonials to build up a class action, which is just a lot of people compiling a lot of information and giving it to Subaru and giving it to the law system. This specific lawsuit applies for vehicles that were manufactured between October 11th, 2011 and November 16th, 2016. That's a huge range in vehicles, a huge range in potential engines, and, you know, probably about 100,000 of WRXs were made. Could be even more than that. Now, not all the WRXs in that grouping came with the EJ25. That's going to be the 2012 to 2014 WRX and STI, and then 2015 through 2017 STI. So if you own a vehicle that you're worried could be affected by that, an easy way to look it up is to look at your manufacturer date, and that should be kind of transcribed into your VIN number, or you can do a VIN lookup, and there is a VIN range in which if your VIN falls within a certain range, your vehicle is actually affected. So let me talk about the settlement. The legal team of those pursuing the case against Subaru just recently filed to a New Jersey federal judge their kind of desired settlement, what they really wanted out of this lawsuit and out of this class action case. So they requested reimbursement for certain out-of-pocket repairs relative to the engine and compensation for those who sold or traded their cars in because of the issue. And from what I can understand, Subaru has agreed to the settlement, or basically said that they're going to agree to the settlement. So it's kind of big news. Past week or so this has come out. It's not 100% certain, but I think after this holiday weekend, it will be kind of put in paper, the agreement will be made, and Subaru is going to pay out the settlement. So they will be extending, for those that still own the cars, they will be extending the engine powertrain warranty to an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty free of charge, which is a pretty big deal, especially if you own something like an STI. That's a pretty large increase in your powertrain warranty. They will also be reimbursing qualified owners for out-of-pocket expenses for parts and labor if they had to do any type of engine work, if they had any type of engine failure. And that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. That means a lot of people are going to be receiving checks and they're going to be receiving money as long as they have records of everything they did to their car. And the last huge thing that they're going to be doing is they're going to be reimbursing owners that sold their cars and had to sell them for a decreased KBB value. So basically, let's say I'm Joe, who owned a 2013 WRX with an EJ25, and I ended up having to sell the car for $2,500 below KBB value, book value. And that was because I either had a failed engine, the engine had failed and it had to be rebuilt, or somebody, a potential buyer, knew that the engine might need to be rebuilt in the near future. Everybody knows that if you rebuild an engine, it significantly decreases the value of the car. So what Subaru seems to have agreed to do is compensate those that had to go through that up to $4,000. This is huge. The fact that Subaru has settled to do this and will be shelling out so money, it sounds like they'll be making a dedicated website to process the claims and gonna be the go-between. That's a huge deal. For a major car company, an international car company, to do something like that really means that either they're at fault, they're trying to cover their butts, or there's a huge amount on stake for them. And, I'm not sure, the problem is we really can't find out if they're trying to cover, if they actually did know about this problem and they weren't changing it. That may be the case. But they also have a huge problem because the 2020 version of the WRX and STI will be coming out in a year, so they really can't have all this negative press when they've been trying to hype up this new redesign for so long. So they probably just need to kind of sink the ship, make it go away, and focus on the Subarus to come. Before you get too excited and you think that you're going to get a huge check in the mail, there are a few things that you need to consider. You need to be a qualified owner. That really means you need to have bought the car new and owned it to that point. I don't know if it's going to go to second owners of these cars. That really wouldn't make sense in the lawsuit. Second, you have to have receipts for everything you had done. You have to have proof of everything, proof of sale, proof of KBB value at the time of sale to kind of justify all these reimbursements and out-of-pocket expenses. And lastly, you probably needed to be part of the class action lawsuit. Usually, typically, you need to be part of the class action lawsuit to receive kind of like that reimbursement or that benefit from the suit. Now, because it's a car and there are specific laws around cars and around recalls and all those types of things, it's going to be an interesting situation. It's going to be interesting to see how Subaru and the legal system resolves that, and whether or not people that weren't part of the class action lawsuit can actually take advantage of the settlement that's been paid out or will be paid out. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have more up-to-date news about this case or have any questions about it, please go ahead and post them in the comments section below. I'm going to run a little poll right now to see, and it's going to be up in the iCard here or over here. I don't remember which side we're going to be on, but it's going to be a little poll. Just vote to see I want to see whether or not everybody thinks that people that aren't part of the class action lawsuit will be able to get reimbursement. So just, if you have a chance, give it a vote. I'd love to see what everybody thinks. And really, guys, thanks for watching. And if you did subscribe during this video, thank you very much. It really helps the channel out. And thanks for watching this far. So again, comment below if you know anything else, if you have any questions, and please respond to the poll. Have a great day, guys.